What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we got a Jujutsu Kaisen Gojo Satoru or Satoru Gojo. I can never figure out what way. I know it's Japanese, it's different, but anyway, Satoru Gojo, Infinite Void, with his eyes, his beautiful blue eyes. So it's the scene. If you clicked on this video, you know what this is. So. Landscape orientation page, use a pencil, hit pause if I go too fast. So center point of my page is approximately here, I would say, maybe, or up a little bit, maybe here, center, yeah, but there. So that's probably like the middle of his nose and stuff. So the eyes, just a little bit up and over to the right a little bit. And we're gonna start with his eyes, right? And I'm gonna attempt to draw them that I can color them gray. So it's difficult with a Sharpie, but you should be using a pencil, so it's a lot easier, right? So we're just going to start here. So we're going to go diagonal first and across, right? Like so. So standard sort of human eyes we're going for. It's fairly realistically drawn, not like overly big anime or anything like that. So at the edge we have some spikes sticking up, right, for eyelashes. Okay, and there's some at the front as well. So this like spikes up here. And then some sort of eyelash lines sticking up here as well, right? Then we're going to bring this across lightly, trying to leave a gap that I can color. Might not be successful, but we're going to do our best. Okay, so then bottom eyelid, so it's just going to sort of curve around from the back here, go down, and then it's classic sort of anime, there's a gap and then a bottom eyelid line just like here. Okay, like so, right? So just a line here and a line down there. So then his eyes inside, so we got like circle with the top cut off by his eyelid. Okay, so sort of a standard shape like so, and then his pupil in the center, like this, and then he can have some lines coming out and down, kind of like hands of a clock going around like that. Okay, just little ones. Coming out from his eye, okay? And then of course it's like blue and sort of different sort of shades of blue inside. So a bit more complicated eye than what we're used to, but it's worth it. So then measure his eye, fit eye distance inside here. So you can fit an eye between his two eyes, and we're going to try and do the same thing on the other side, right? So first line up, across, like so. Then we're going to attempt to do a gray section again. So we're going to do like a spike at the end there, and then a spike like down here, so like so. And now we're going to try and do two lines. It should be easy for you if you're using a pencil, but just with me, it's difficult with a Sharpie. Trying to draw very lightly. Like this kind of thing. And then we'll add some eyelashes sticking off here as well. And then we'll go across. Like so. So we're just trying to keep a section that we can color gray, just like the other side of the eye. Something like that, and then we'll go down the back side of the eye, so we'll go back down a line just curving down that way. And then a line underneath, just down here. Similar sort of shape again. And then his iris, circle with the top cut off, curve around to there. And then his pupil in the middle. Like so. And then again, you could have some of that clockwork sort of lines coming down. Just sort of these sort of dots and dashes going around his eye like a clock, like that. And then of course blue inside. So that's the basic idea for his eyes. So we have eyelid lines, so sort of top eyelid line coming up from his eyebrow, just kind of here, and then comes across like so. Okay, like that. Do something similar on the other side, so up, over, like so. Eyebrows are under his fringe, so I'll draw them in and then we can erase if we need to. So just kind of thin sort of curved line coming up like so. And again, we need a space to color gray, so just thicken up sort of this proportion just down there. We do pretty much the same thing on the other side. So wavy like line, curved line coming up and back that way. Now, like most of this is covered with his fringe, so you don't really need to worry too much. But it just helps to know where they are, because we should see some anyway. Right, so then his nose. So we got like a curved line first, coming down here, just to the left, like so. And then it goes straight down to there. And then we got his nostrils. 1, 2 nostrils, usually on humans. And his mouth. So we got 3 lines that make up his mouth, really. There's a gap between his lips and his bottom lip, right? So he is smiling, and then we got a gap between his right side and the left side of his mouth. So let's see. So just kind of underneath the nostril here is where it'll start. So we'll go and kind of smiling up like that. Okay. And what I mean by gap is you don't join this to the other side. So we're gonna go leave a gap, right? So, and then you go across and up. Right, so see there's like a little gap here. So it's just like where his lips sort of join together. And then we got the bottom lip line just here. Okay, so now what we gotta do, so he's got like his face mask kind of covering his chin, you know, his sort of bandana that covers his eyes. So we can't see his chin. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a diagonal line coming across his face. So we're gonna go, starting say here. Yeah, let's say mouth level, right? So we're just gonna go like that, okay? And so you can check your proportions now. So like eyes to nose is about the same as nose to chin, where his chin would be down here. So here to here is about the same as here to here. And then bottom lip is halfway between nose and chin. So here to where his chin would be, about the same as nose to chin, right? Approximately, doesn't have to be exact. So now we can add some of his jaw in here, going diagonal. It's about there. So you go diagonal, just about, stop about mouth level, because that's where you change direction up the side of his face, okay? You're gonna go up like so. Okay. And we can see a little bit of his jaw on this side, so we go up to there, just coming out, and then up the side of his face. Like so. Okay. Now his hair. So a lot of hair spikes, so take your time. A lot of hair spikes coming across his forehead as well. So yeah, let's just go for it, right? So we got like one there. And this one comes into here. So they change direction a little bit, so pause it when I move my hand, because it's important to get his hair right, I think, in this character anyway. And it doesn't have to be exactly like mine, of course. So some come over his eyes, like that. Next one comes down this direction. Back up. Down across towards his nose. Back up. So they're quite thin, like this. So there's like a cluster here in the middle, and then they kind of spread out over his eyes, and then they cluster at the edges. So then another one here. Next one goes that way, goes up. So the fringe really sort of brings it together now. So. Like so. Up to there. Next one down like so. Up to here. And then this one comes down past his eye and sort of actually curves onto his face a little bit there, kind of like this one. And then we'll bring it up. I think this one has some extra height. So some of these like go up higher, but we'll add those in a second. Couple of clusters here on the side of his face. There. And I think there's a couple more here as well. There, over his ear. Yeah, like there's one over his ear here as well. Some of these lines do grow up into the top of his head, but we'll add those now in a minute. We'll do his ears first. So eyebrow level, the ears start. So like here, curve around, go down to about just above his nostrils, just here. So see, about in this area, okay, and the top of the other one. Similar sort of thing. Into there. And we could have like, you know, bones and ligaments and stuff inside his ear. So like lines like this kind of thing. Not a lot in Jujutsu Kaisen for ears. just something like that. They took the easy route, the letter J. The easiest way is the letter J. Okay, so more hair spikes that come up to the top of his head, right? So let's see. So he's got like a part in his hair somewhere, like up here, right? So like here. Right, and hair spikes sort of travel down from here and across and down from this point over the right eye here, right? And you're about the same height, so like top of his head to like say top of his fringe is about the same as fringe to nose. So here to here, about the same as here to like where these spikes start. Okay, just to kind of keep things in the right place. So hair spikes, lots of them. These ones get kind of long now, just there. And we're out beyond the ear. And we have some longer lines, longer spikes. Just there. And then some lines that go in towards that part in the middle of his hair, okay? So like up into here. And some of these lines might be longer as well. I think he has like a spike on its own, just kind of coming from the center of his head. Just there. Yeah, and then this is kind of longer. And then line there. Yeah. So then we got spikes coming across top of his head, okay? So oops. I think I ripped my page there. It's a bit bumpy. Okay, so like that, two spikes coming across, and then down to there. So let me see. So we got like a few that come across horizontally. So they go sort of, let's see. That. And then we'll go back in. And then we start to go down there, back in. And again, they get sort of longer. A couple more sort of texture lines and stuff here. Traveling down. So I think that's a couple of these go behind his fingers, but we'll draw them in anyway. We can always erase them afterwards. And then, yeah, so some of these go a bit longer again. So like this one, yeah, like some lines that go into here, and like some lines that come out from the middle of his head, going out and down. But generally, that's it for his hair, really. Not bad. Okay. So we got two hands in this picture. So let's go. So he's doing his infinite void sort of fingers, right? So we got the index finger, we start up here. Go up and around. It's right beside his hair, and then we'll bring it down. It's a relatively straight finger. It's got a couple of bumps here. Subtle, but you could do a straight line. But I would suggest just a couple of bumps like this coming down, just to show some knuckles and stuff like that. Okay, and then you can add a fingernail just up here. And the other finger is in behind this finger, right? So it comes out, diagonal, just there, hit a knuckle, and then change direction. So see, out, change direction. And then we're going to change direction again, out, change direction. This one goes down to the knuckle here. And we can see the inside of this finger just in here. So we go diagonal. And then this one comes out and down to there. So they're like wrapped around one another, and just the tip of that finger on the other side, just here. Okay, so there's some hair here that we shouldn't see, so I'm just going to erase those lines. So I just erased some of the eyebrow lines as well that we shouldn't see underneath his hair, and I think I added a line like here. So then, extra sort of skin line just for his fingers there, and then we got like two fingers like bit curving, bending over. Okay, so just here underneath, right? So we'll go diagonal like so. And then we curve around for the knuckle, and then down. Okay, and then the knuckle at the back, just here, like so. Then we got a similar shape again for the next finger. So we go out, around, and down. Okay. And then what we can see of his thumb, just here. Out, around, down like that, okay. So in behind his little finger, we can see some of his ring finger. So we're going to curve this here, back down to there. And then a curve line there. We can see maybe the tip of this finger just here. Now, so his little finger, we can see when you're doing this sort of thing, you can see the whole side of the little finger. So that means we're going to go curve for the knuckle, down to the tip, and this curves back around to there. And then we have some bumps for skin, right? So bump for the skin here, and then a bump here for skin, because the finger is folded over, see? So we 1, 2, 3 segments. 1, 2, 3 segments in real life when you bend your finger, okay? And then it joins the hand, just going that way, and you'll have a fingernail just there. Now, so the back of the hand goes pretty much straight down, okay? So we're gonna go real straight, see? Like so. And then the front of the hand will come down from where the thumb is, but this is like curved into here. And you have two sort of segments of your hand at the palm. So that's like the outside segment that joins the thumb. And then we have the other side, which is going to come down from like the middle palm of his hand. So it's like comes down this way. And then, so I think we got some sleeve somewhere. At least there should be. It's hard to see in this picture, but I think there is some sleeve that comes across like and down here somewhere. Not like back up around. I can't see it, but I'm gonna make it up. So some of the sleeve, I know, don't do this and don't make things up, but you can if you like, you want. But I don't like making things up from my head because it usually goes wrong. But here we go. It went wrong. See, it went wrong. push it there. It'll do. So it like goes into his sleeve, and then his sleeve comes down, sort of this way. Not bad. What did I miss? Okay, so there, a line there for knuckle, a line there. And yeah, okay, so his other hand is like pulling down his scarf or his eye thing. So we got to draw his eye thing. So it like comes around here. That's the official term, eye thing. And then the other side of it comes up here. So again, this is difficult to see, but we'll have a go. So that comes out here, and then this one comes out around this way. And I think it changes direction and comes down towards his fingers, down here somewhere. And then in here we have his neck, just there, with a neckline inside here. And then his fingers hooked over the collar here, so it like comes up, change direction, there like that, change direction again for his finger, and then we have the segments of his finger. So we have 1, 2, 3 segments. This one is hooked over, so we can't see much of it, right? So, but that's a knuckle. And then we have another knuckle here. So you change direction again. And again. So 1, 2, 3 segments of your finger. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then we got 3 fingers bent over just here. So knuckle, these ones are easier because they're just stumpy kind of knuckle lines. Down, down, so 3 of them. And then side of his hand comes down off the bottom of my page that way. And the other side of his finger comes down like so. And his thumb is kind of hidden here at the side, right? Down like that. So a couple of knuckles there. Take your time with hands, they're difficult. And then we got like finger lines, like that. And then some knuckle lines, like so. And then this comes out and down, and then out to here, like so. So we have another side of his scarf kind of sticking out here. So that comes down this way and then comes up from, I'm gonna guess, it's very hard to see, but I'm gonna guess like here, goes up that way. And then there's like, I think like extra, sort of an edge line kind of here, like so, and then some lines being pulled this direction. This, and then some lines being pulled this direction. This kind of thing. This is, again, this is all in like shadow and stuff in the image, so I'm kind of just freeballing this, so I don't know if it's accurate, but it looks okay. It's not too bad. Right, so then his shoulder. So we got like, I think more, like another bump just there. And then his shoulder will come out. And then it'll go out and down. Then we have a line for like his shoulder here. Maybe another one that way. And I think he's got like, he should have a line coming down the middle of his, like here. It is in the other images, so I'm gonna add this. Again, making it up, but let's see, not too bad. And then some lines like coming across here towards his shoulder. And the other shoulder out, and we go down again. Like so, line there. Like that. Right, not bad. I think think that's everything. Gojo, Satoru, with his infinite void. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.